for me. Easy tiger, easy lecture.
Hello guys, oh god, the lighting is terrible. So I've just come to this little like corridor bit on the train because where I'm sat is just so quiet and I'm not like next to a window or anything like that, and I'm sat next to someone, so I don't want to whip the camera out. But I'm on my way down to London to film a podcast. I mentioned this in the last video, but if you didn't see it, essentially I was asked to come down and talk about my case against the NHS. This was probably back in May, but because of like the wedding and like train schedules and things, because the trains are eye-watering, like the cost of trains are eye-watering to get down to London from Newcastle, we agreed to come down like end of September, which is now. The podcast is called Should I Delete That? It's ran by Alex Light and Em Clarkson, and I'm really excited. I've been listening to their podcast for like the last few months since like obviously they reached out, and I was like, I love the podcast, really enjoy it. So I'm really excited to go on, and I think it's more of like a chit chat than it is like a hard-hitting interview, but I'm excited to kind of just meet them and have a chat. And then my train back isn't until 6 o'clock tonight, so I thought we could spend the day in London together. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet. I haven't even looked to see what's close. The studio that we're filming the podcast in is like central London essentially. It's just like south of it's like opposite Westminster, I think. So yeah, we'll have a wander into London and just have a little mooch about. I think it should be fun. I don't know if you can hear any of this because the train is actually quite loud. But yeah, I'm gonna head back to my seat now. We are about, well, it's 9:15. The train I'm on, it was the 7:57 train to like direct from Newcastle to King's Cross, and there was another train that was 3 minutes after mine, which I found odd, but it was 3 minutes after mine. It was cancelled. So when I sort of looked up on the board, I just saw London to King's Cross and then cancelled. I panicked. So, but luckily mine was not cancelled. Anyway, I'm going to head back to my seat because it's a little bit wobbly here, and yeah, I just want to sit down again. I've got about an hour left on this train and then we will have arrived. The podcast is finished being filmed and I'm currently wandering around London. I'm currently stood on London Bridge, I think this one is. Let me show you the view in front of me. That I think is rather recognisable, is it not? I'm currently trying to find somewhere to have lunch because it's 1:15 now. But I don't want to just go to like a Pret or a Costa. Like I want to find like a little nice cafe to sit and have some coffee and a nice little lunch in. I feel like the closer that we get to landmarks, the more expensive it's going to be, but I'm sure we'll find somewhere. Right, found a place called Farmer J's. We don't have it in Newcastle, but it is very busy here. I passed about a million different like Costas, Pret's, all sorts, and I was like, I don't want to go to you. So I've got my lunch here. This was like very intense. You're in a queue and there's like I mean, if you know what you want, it's great, but I wasn't entirely sure. So I ended up getting, it's a little bit like Subway where you go along the line and choose what you want. So I got farmer's grains with chicken, sweet potato, and then like a Caesar salad on the side, and it looks so good. And I picked up the pink caramel lemonade as well. So let's do a little taste test. The chicken is very nice. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this, I think. Anyway, so as I was saying, so basically when I got off the train, I was just like headlights, like blinkers straight to where I needed to be. I didn't feel like I don't know, I was getting a little bit nervous, but I've got to say that was one of the most loveliest and like really needed chats that I've had about this, like the whole situation. So I'm excited for that to come out. It should be on Monday, available to stream, I think, on Spotify and Apple Music. But when it does come out, I'll put a link in like the community post so you can go and listen to it. But it was just the two of them, like Em and Alex. They're just so nice, and they were just very kind of sympathetic to the situation, but then also asked the right questions. So yeah, I'm excited for that to come out and and for you guys to listen to it. But yeah, I've just kind of walked across London Bridge, which I think I've just filmed there as well. Oh, honestly, I feel like I don't know where to go. I should have probably planned this a bit better than what I have, but this is just me and my type B unorganised-ness. Okay, I've come back to the underground because I don't know where I want to go, so I thought if I just get on the tube, I've got a ticket for like zone 1 to 6 for the full day, so I might as well use it. If I just get on one, and I'll just get off where I think I might want to get off, I don't know. I'm on the central line. Where do I want to... A map would be good. I'm sorry, but how in the hell is anyone supposed to navigate this? I don't even know where we are on here. Huh. Right, I got off at St James's Park. I went on the central line, got off at St James's Park, and I thought, do you know what's from here? I might as well come pop in and see Charles, you know? It'd be rude not to. So I've just come down to Buckingham Palace. I feel like you have to, don't you? If you're a tourist, you have to come see the palace. It's probably not there, but you know. Let's see. I think it is literally in front of me. Hang on. I feel like that is it, just there. But I'm just waiting to cross. Here we are. Buckingham Palace. Me and Emmanuel have been looking at houses on Rightmove, and sometimes, just for the fun of it, I take the maximum price off, and I swear some of them. So I've seen this one. Obviously, only joking, but it's huge. Do you think they've got a spare room? Me and Emmanuel, I think I'd love to live there. It'd be nice. I can see some of the guards. I want to see the ones with the big fluffy hats. I don't know where they are. Let me see if I can get up close. There's a lot of people here. There we go. See if we can zoom in. There they are. Guards with their guns. Like I say, they've not got the fluffy hats on. Oh. Don't really know what to do now I've seen that. Oh, the London. I can see the London Eye. Should I go on the London Eye? Oh, maybe I should go on the London Eye. I feel like I've got to do all the tourists. I feel like such a tourist doing this. But why wouldn't I? Palace. I feel like I'm going to try and challenge myself and see just how much of London landmarks I can see within the next 2 hours, because I don't have long left till I have to start heading back to King's Cross, but I don't want to go too far because I don't know how to get back to King's Cross properly. Like, I don't want to end up lost and then missing the train back. That would be a disaster. But I do want to go and see Big Ben, so maybe I should head back that way. I think that was another stop. I think it was Westminster. I don't know, I'll have to check. But yeah, that's firmly Buckingham Palace ticked off the list. Okay, I'm going to walk down here too, because I think just at the end is Hyde Park. So I'm going to walk down to Hyde Park, see what that's about. I literally have no idea what I'm looking at. So I'm going to go down there, see what Hyde Park is. I'm just seeing on the map names that I recognise. So yeah, Hyde Park, and then I think Marble Arch is not far from there as well. So we can do that, and then I'm going to have to look and see where Big Ben is. Do that. I can't think of what else. Again, I'll just have to have a look on the Maps app and see what I can see. Would love to know who was in there. Like two motorbikes came, like police motorbikes came past really, really fast, obviously going up ahead for something, and then they've just come past Do we think it's Charles? Maybe not. Yeah, so I'm just heading up. This one that's up ahead, I'll show you in a sec, is Wellington Arch. Still pretty impressive. And I think from here, I think kind of on the way to Marble Arch, there's a blank street. And I know it's not a tourist attraction, but it is to me, because we don't have blank street in Newcastle, and it's very popular in the likes of Manchester and London. So I feel like I should, really. Why wouldn't I? So I'm going to go to Blank Street, get a coffee, or maybe a matcha. Are they known for matchas? I feel like they're known for matchas. But yeah, I'm nearly at, what's it called? It's funny though, because on the maps, right, which by the way, I'm trying not to use my phone as much as possible, because I'm on like 50 something %, which is fine, because I brought a, what's it called, like a battery pack. Tried to plug it in on the tube before, battery pack's dead. So I've got no spare battery on my phone, but my train ticket is on my phone. And when I get back home to Newcastle tonight, I'll need my phone to book a taxi to get home. So that's a little bit annoying. So I'm trying not to use my phone because I need to save my battery. I've got it on low power mode, but I also need to look at maps, otherwise I don't know where I'm going. Never mind, I've only got like 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours until I think I'm going to head back to King's Cross anyway. I feel like I'm going to be so early for my train, but I would rather be early for the train than like either be running for it or miss it. So yeah, 2 hours. I've also got this little like frog in my throat that I can't get rid of. So yeah, let me get a little bit closer to the arch, Wellington Arch. I'm not sure what it looks like. Here we go. This is Wellington Arch in the middle of the roundabout, and I think Marble Arch is this way. Again, I'm gonna have to check the map to make sure I'm going the right way, but yeah, let me get my map up again. Oh, green man's on. Let me cross. And hopefully I can get to Blank Street, and if I can get to Blank Street, I can get to Marble Arch. I hope. Now there seems to be a lot of these electric bikes that you can get, and I've seen like 1 or 2 of the scooters, but I feel like I can't cycle because my knee hurts. I feel like the scooters would be such a great option. Do you remember what happened in Paris when I fell off the scooter? My god, that was so embarrassing. I think I can't do that again. I don't think I can get back on one of those scooters. I'm scared. How do I cross this road? Oh no, I do. It should go here. Yeah, so honestly, I think my best option, considering, like, yes, it would be quicker to get everywhere on one of those scooters, but I think my best option is just to walk for now, because I don't want to fall off again. That wouldn't be ideal. And plus, the traffic here is feral. Like, there's so many cars here. I wouldn't feel safe on the roads here. I really wouldn't. Came on Blank Street. Went for the white chocolate matcha. I really hope this is nice. Oh, this is very nice. Yes. Definitely rate that. I wish they would bring back to Newcastle, because like, why haven't they? Something going along up the road. I think I don't know what's going on, but like on Apple Watch, I don't know what's happening. And I also don't know where I'm going. Marble Arch, that's where I'm going next. But I feel like I'm going to do so much walking today that my feet are going to be like a mess, because I'm wearing my new trainers, which I've worn before, but not for like an extended amount of walking. So we'll see how my feet are when I get back to Newcastle tonight. But I'm not hopeful that I will come out without any blisters. But it's so busy here, but I can see why people love it. Anyway, let me start heading towards Marble Arch. This is Marble Arch behind me. So I can say I've seen that, and we're right next to an underground station actually. So I'm gonna grab, it is so loud in London. I'm gonna go and grab another tube and go to Westminster, I think, which is basically back where I came from, but I need to see Big Ben before I go. So yeah, it's just I felt a couple of drizzles of rain just now, but I don't think it's gonna hold up because I was saying to Emma and Alex before, like I nearly put my big coat on this morning because it is freezing in Newcastle at the minute. And it's actually really warm here. Like I've got my coat like tucked under my arm on my bag. So yeah, but I'm gonna catch another tube, try and get down to Westminster and see Big Ben. I think the Houses of Parliament are there as well, aren't they? I've just got off the tube at Westminster Station and I was going to get my phone out and Google where Big Ben was, but I don't think I need to because it is literally there. That is Big Ben. So not much walking to get to that one. So I feel like I've done quite a lot of tourist things. I'm going to get Emmanuel a key ring because he likes getting key rings from from areas and places that we've been. So I'm going to get him a little key ring from London. And what I've realised as well is that I should have come here when I was at the Palace because it's literally so close. I just didn't really think about it. I think I got a little bit consumed with wanting to go to Marble Arch and Blank Street. But either way, so I'm going to get a little key ring, have a little wander across this bridge, and then I think I'm going to head back towards the train station. Like I do have a good a decent amount of time until my train is, but until the time that my train leaves, but I just want to be in that area, so I'm going to head over that way, and just so then I know that I'm not trying to work out what stops to get. Just so that I know that I'm not trying to work out where I'm getting the underground from. I keep wanting to call it a tram, it's not a tram. So yeah, that's Big Ben. And there is the London Eye. I could see that before from St James, couldn't I? Yeah, probably should have come here before. But never mind. Big Ben. I've just bought a little key ring from one of the stores. It was only £2 for Emmanuel. It's got Big Ben on it with one of the guards and a little bus, I think that is, and a Union Jack flag. So you can put that on his keys if he wants. Cute. This is the only one that I found that wasn't really over the top. So yeah, hopefully he likes it. Okay, I'm back at King's Cross now. I think my train is in 45 minutes, so I think I'm just going to chill here, maybe get a coffee and just sit and wait for the train, because honestly I get such anxiety over missing my train, because if I were to miss it and get a later one, the train tickets are extortionate. So I definitely don't want to do that, so I'm just going to sit and chill out in King's Cross. I've just walked through to go to the toilet as well, and they've got I think it's Asda are doing this thing where it's what's that that old game show called, where things go across with the price and then you've got to try and remember what the item was and what the price was. I can't remember. They're playing that game and you can win prizes and stuff. I'm terrible at games like that, so I'm not going to play, but I might watch. But yeah, I will catch up with you when I get back home to Newcastle. I am back from London, officially. My God, the journey back was a little bit weird, because the train that I got down was a direct train, and then the train back had stops, and the train got it didn't get delayed, but it was around York or something. There was a bit of a delay because there were oh my God, one of my videos has just exported. So there were two trains in York Station that were broken down, so we were delayed because we were stuck behind them. So yeah, I didn't end up getting home until 10:30, I think, and I was supposed to get in at 9:30. But the thing that was panicking me the most was the fact that I brought, I took a, what's it called? Battery pack, a replacement battery pack, and it was dead. So my phone, when I got in, my phone was on 4%. I was panicking, especially on that journey back. The more it was getting delayed, the more I was thinking, I'm not going to have a phone to be able to, one, scan my ticket to get through the barriers, and two, to book a taxi to get home, because Emmanuel was on night shift, so he couldn't come and pick me up. But luckily we made it. I actually turned my phone like completely off and I just like stared at nothing for some of the journey back. But yeah, London's been dead canny. I think that podcast, like I say, it's going to be out on Monday to listen on Spotify and Apple Music, I believe. Definitely Spotify because I listen to the podcast on Spotify. Just a reminder, it's called Should I Delete That? And yeah, it's just, I feel like I've told a lot more of my story from my perspective in terms of the NHS case. But again, I don't feel like that hour was long enough. There is still so much more detail that like I didn't even get a chance to talk about, and I'm like in two minds about what to do about that because I feel like it's been quite a while now, but do I sit down and just completely lay out everything that's happened? Because it's not for a case of like, oh, I'm still dragging it up and blah blah blah. But this needs to be said, like some of this stuff needs to be said. So I'm kind of in two minds as to whether to sit down and just like talk it out with you guys. Because although like I say, a lot more stuff kind of got unearthed in the podcast, it's nowhere near, again, like hasn't touched the surface. So yeah, I don't know. I just think, I don't know. I'm in two minds as to what to do. Sorry, I've just blinded myself with my mascara from rubbing it into my eyeballs. But on another note, Em and Alex, sorry, I can't open my eyes a second. Wait a sec. There we go. Em and Alex, who run the podcast, oh my God, they are just two of the most loveliest girls ever. And then Faye, who's their producer, just everyone was so nice. And I didn't feel like they were trying to push a specific agenda, which I think sometimes when I've done like articles with like either magazines or if like a news thingy has asked me to comment or something, I say stuff and then they just write what they want anyway, which I said that in the podcast as well. I was like, you know, I don't really know why they bother to ask me to comment on stuff because they just like push their own narrative anyway. So yeah, but they were just so nice. They weren't pushing me in any kind of direction whatsoever. They just let me talk and then ask me questions about my experience, which was, yeah, really lovely and almost like therapy, actually. It was almost like therapy. But yeah, so like I say, you'll be able to stream that on Monday, which will be tomorrow when this goes up, on Apple Music and Spotify. So I'll pop it in the community post thing. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, go hit the subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.
Baby, let me love you, let me love you.